All right, good one, guys. Quick little piece of controversy. Of course, there was the first major quarterback change of the year. Josh Freeman being benched. Mike Glennon coming in out of NC State, going to be starting for Tampa Bay. Just kind of give your thoughts on, do you think that was the right move and what you expect from Mike Glennon and Josh Freeman in the future?
I believe it is the right move. There is some question of the players and the coach, but then Revis supposedly cleared the air, but it's definitely the right move. Josh Freeman is not doing what he needs to do to make that franchise a winning franchise. It is a big disappointment the way he is playing right now. But with the speculations with the players and the coaches, it doesn't surprise me, but it's definitely a move that needed to be done.
Yeah, I would agree. It's better for the team. I think that you're supposed to be improving year after year in the quarterback position. Otherwise, you're not gonna be a starter in the league for very long. And I think it may motivate him a little more. I mean, he was thinking, I got the job in Tampa Bay. I'll have it for a while. But being benched, it might give him more motivation to improve, get better, and eventually maybe overtake Mike Glennon. But it's better than that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say the circus has moved from New York to Tampa Bay. I think the benching was called for as far as maybe a quarterback change. I think Mike Glennon should get his chance to start. I mean, they did draft him in the third round. Most quarterbacks do kind of get that chance after a year or two, to kind of see what they can do. But surprisingly, Josh Freeman's inactive this week. He's not even going to see the field, snaps, maybe not even hold the clipboard. Who knows? But I don't think the inactive was called for. I think that could be kind of demoralizing for a quarterback that if you're hoping to trade, other teams are going to see his value as what they saw before you benched him. It wasn't very good. Why not give him a chance to kind of show what he can do at least in the last moments of the game? But as far as the quarterback change goes, I think it's a good move. You gotta give your team a chance to win. Your defense is supposed to be one of the best defenses. You added Darrelle Revis, best cornerback in the league, one of the best. You added Deshaun Golston. You kind of improved and bolstered your defense. So you need an offense that can at least manage the game, not just kind of win it for you. So I think the quarterback change is warranted. I'm excited to kind of see what Mike Glennon can do with that team, even though his wide receivers are, running out there hurt.
I believe also that the inactive, he shouldn't be inactive for the game. There has to be something else that we don't know about, something that's inside the organization to call for an inactive on your starting QB. I think the benching was warranted. I think Josh Freeman was good in his rookie year, and it seems like he's just degraded each year. And I think you have to give somebody else a shot, because there's people out there who take the time, they work hard, and there's sometimes you have to move on, because you have to get better every year, like Kyle has said, Antolino, Stoney. If you don't get better, then your team's not going to get better. And that goes for everybody. So it shouldn't just be the quarterback. If a lineman doesn't play well, or a receiver, you have to take a chance with somebody else.
I kind of disagree with you guys. One reason that I do think that the benching was not necessarily warranted, but I think it can help the team, because if you have a new quarterback, it's new pace, new kind of offense. You get back to the basics when you put in a rookie quarterback. You try and focus more on the running game and not necessarily on any of your creative wrinkles that you have with a quarterback who's been on the team for a while. So I think that'll help the team getting back to the basics, focusing on the run game, quick short passes, that kind of thing. I think that'll help. Mike Glennon he'll be all right as a starting quarterback. He's going to be a rookie. He's going to have growing pains. He'll be all right. The difficult thing with Josh Freeman is that Greg Schiano didn't draft him. He wasn't the quarterback that Greg Schiano kind of inherited Josh Freeman.
Yes.
And that doesn't always really work. When you have a coach and you have a quarterback that maybe you necessarily didn't pick, or necessarily that you didn't really want on your team. So I think that has something to do with it, because we did see Josh Freeman have a good year when he was under Raheem Morris. Yeah. So it's not like we don't know Josh Freeman has the talent to be an NFL quarterback. I don't think this is the right situation for him. I think that if there's a team that looks at his skill set and says, I can do something with this, then they can change their system to fit what Josh Freeman does best. I don't think right now in Tampa Bay, Greg Schiano is putting Josh Freeman in great situations where he can succeed. And I think that if he gets a change of scenery, goes to a new team, because I think he can start on a lot of teams that are in this league right now. So I think that if you really look at Josh Freeman's skill set, he's big, got a strong arm. He can be accurate. He's proven to be accurate. I just think he just needs a system that better suits him. I think that there are plenty of teams that'll be looking. I don't know necessarily this season, but during the off season, when we see some of these other quarterbacks kind of tail off, there will be a lot of quarterback changes, coaching changes. Coaches are going to get fired. I think there will be a coach out there that's going to take a chance on Josh Freeman.
Well, to that point, since he didn't draft him, do you think that he would fit well if Raheem Morris was another coach? I mean, because if other coaches want Josh Freeman, don't you think that maybe Greg Schiano should figure out a way maybe how to use Freeman better? I mean, it's not Schiano's fault that Freeman's throwing out there, kind of errant balls out there. But they did go get players to try to help Josh Freeman in the way he throws and the way he plays. I mean, Greg Schiano, manages the offense, as well as Rutgers. But Greg Schiano has that military, type of defensive, kind of mindset. And I think that it's not just Josh Freeman. I think Greg Schiano isn't managing the situation well. And I think it would fit better if they could kind of come to, some sort of, mutual understanding as a team. Because, like as Stoney mentioned, Darrelle Revis and some other players have noted kind of disagreements with Greg Schiano. I can't put all the blame on Josh Freeman.
Right. And I guess my whole point is that there's no relationship in football that's more tight-knit than between the head coach and the quarterback. Mm-hmm. The head coach and the quarterback have to be on the same page. Mm-hmm. Look at what the Saints did last year without Sean Payton in the mix. Now Sean Payton's back, the Saints are undefeated. Mm-hmm. That's not a coincidence. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you have a head coach and a quarterback who are on the same page, then it's gonna do wonders for your team. Because the quarterback and the head coach can communicate well and all that. If there's a rift between the quarterback and the head coach, it's not going to work out very well. We've seen that in the past. There's never really been great situations where the quarterback and the head coach didn't get along very well. The only one I can think of is Brett Favre and Brad Childress, and that only worked for 1 year. Yeah, so
I feel that.
I mean, the quarterback-coach relationship has to be almost perfect for your team to succeed. And right now, Greg Schiano, Josh Freeman isn't what it is, and I think part of that is because Josh Freeman isn't the quarterback that Greg Schiano picked. He inherited it.
And to go on that point, we've seen it before on teams where the quarterback is not the right fit for the squad, and I mean, you can't make somebody be the right fit for a team. When Michael Vick was in Atlanta, people wanted him to pass. He tried to pass. Jim Mora wanted him to run. He wanted him to make plays. He wants to win, and a passing quarterback wouldn't have been great for him because that team didn't have the receivers. They didn't have the weapons. Michael Vick was the perfect fit for that team because he could make plays without having great weapons. And I think that goes in the same here. You need somebody who can make plays with what you have and not make them, integrated in your system because players are who they are. They play how they play. I mean, Peyton Manning's obviously not going to be a running quarterback on any team. So,
just an example, John Harbaugh inherited Alex Smith. And Alex Smith played great under John Harbaugh. But the moment that Alex Smith was out and John Harbaugh got to play the quarterback that he drafted, Colin Kaepernick, look what happened. He played the quarterback that he drafted, the quarterback that he thought would fit in his system the best. And, I mean, I think that happens in the majority over the course of the league. I think if you go as a quarterback as a free agent or you get drafted by a certain head coach, I think that's just a sign because that coach is saying, I want you. I'm choosing you to be the quarterback of my team. As opposed to when you're a coach and you inherit somebody, that relationship may not work out the best. So I think certain situations like in Philly, I mean, we don't know how long Michael Vick's going to be a starting quarterback over there. You never know.
Right.
So it all goes into confidence as well. Because if your coach picks you, that gives you more confidence. You go out there and you do whatever you have to do because you're confident. Your coach is confident in you. You're confident in yourself. And I feel like Josh Freeman is not getting that confidence from his coach, and he doesn't have that confidence himself.
All right, last topic real quick.